The first time Mr. Anderson saw his son actually standing on his own 2 feet, he froze in the doorway like someone had punched the air out of him. For 6 years, he'd been told it was impossible. His boy, Liam, was born with a rare neurological condition that robbed his legs of strength and coordination. The best doctors in the country, from Boston to Switzerland, had shaken their heads in polite defeat. But here Liam was, his tiny frame trembling with effort, feet planted firmly on the mat, eyes bright with a mixture of fear and joy, and in front of him, holding his hands gently but firmly, was the new maid, Amara. Before we continue, if you're watching us for the first time, ELLIOT Stories welcomes you with a warm hug. This is the place where unbelievable true stories come alive. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and share it with your friends and family. Drop a comment below telling us the city you're watching from. We love seeing where our beautiful community is tuning in from. Now, let's get back to this story that will keep you glued till the very end. Mr. Anderson had only hired Amara 2 months ago. She wasn't the first maid. Not even close. Since his wife's passing 3 years earlier, a revolving door of nannies, housekeepers, and therapists had come and gone. Some left because the job was too demanding, others because they couldn't handle Liam's emotional meltdowns and medical needs. Amara was different. She didn't arrive with a long resume full of prestigious families she'd worked for. She didn't have polished recommendations from elite agencies. She came with just one thing, a quiet, self-assured confidence, and eyes that seemed to notice things others missed. From the first day, she didn't treat Liam like a fragile porcelain doll. She played with him, teased him, challenged him. The first time she suggested he try to stand, Mr. Anderson overheard from the kitchen and nearly rushed in to stop her. But something in Liam's laugh, light, free, and unrestrained, made him hold back. Every morning, while the house was still waking up, Amara took Liam into the sunlit living room. She would lay him on a mat, place her feet under his arms, and lift him like an airplane, his giggles filling the space. It looked like play to anyone watching, but Mr. Anderson began noticing subtle changes. Liam's legs didn't buckle as quickly, his balance improved, and his confidence, something he'd never had when it came to his own body, started to bloom. Then one morning, Mr. Anderson walked into the living room earlier than usual and saw it, Liam standing, leaning lightly on Amara's hands for balance. The boy's lips quivered as though afraid the moment would vanish. "Good job, champ," Amara whispered, her voice steady. "You're stronger than you think." The sight of it hit Mr. Anderson harder than any boardroom victory ever had. For years, his wealth had bought the best of everything, except the one thing that mattered most. Yet here was a young woman, without any formal medical training, accomplishing what specialists said was impossible. But this was only the beginning. One evening, Mr. Anderson came home early and overheard something that made his chest tighten. Liam was crying in his room, his voice muffled between sobs. "They all leave," Liam said. "They all leave me." Amara's voice was calm but firm. "I'm not them, Liam. I'm here. You'll go. Everyone goes." "No," she said. "I've walked away from things before, but not from you. You're my little fighter." Her words weren't sugary or over-promising, they had the weight of someone who meant it. And for the first time, Mr. Anderson realized Liam didn't just need legs that could hold him. He needed someone who believed in him enough to make him believe in himself. Weeks passed, and Amara's methods became more structured. She incorporated small weights, encouraged Liam to push against resistance, and taught him to fall safely and get back up. Every victory was celebrated, no matter how small. Still, it wasn't easy. Some days Liam was too tired, too sore, too frustrated. On those days, Amara didn't push him to the point of tears. She'd simply sit with him, tell him stories from her childhood, or take him outside to feel the wind on his face. Then came the day everything changed forever. The Anderson estate hosted an annual charity gala, an event attended by CEOs, politicians, and celebrities. That year, Mr. Anderson wasn't planning on bringing Liam. Crowds made him nervous, and the thought of maneuvering through a packed ballroom in his wheelchair seemed exhausting. But Liam surprised him. "Dad," he said, "can I go this time?" Mr. Anderson hesitated. "Are you sure, buddy?" Liam glanced at Amara, who gave a barely perceptible nod. "I'm sure." The night of the gala, the ballroom glittered with chandeliers and expensive laughter. Mr. Anderson kept Liam close, introducing him to people who offered polite but distracted smiles. Then, halfway through the evening, Amara leaned down to Liam and whispered something. His eyes lit up. Before Mr. Anderson could ask, Liam began wheeling himself toward the center of the room. Conversation slowed, eyes turned. Amara moved beside him, steady but not holding him. Then, to the shock of every person there, Liam stood. It wasn't graceful, his legs trembled, his breathing was fast, but he stood. Alone. For a few long seconds, the entire ballroom was silent, as if the world itself was holding its breath. Then came the applause, loud and unrestrained. Mr. Anderson had always thought his son's first steps, if they ever came, would be a private moment. But seeing Liam take them, wobbly, determined, and triumphant, in front of a room full of people made him realize the power of hope shared. After the gala, Mr. Anderson pulled Amara aside. "I don't know how to thank you," he said, his voice breaking. She smiled. "You don't have to. Just promise me one thing, don't let him forget that he's more than his legs. Walking is great, but believing is greater." Life after that didn't become a fairy tale overnight. Liam still had days when walking felt impossible, when frustration threatened to undo his progress. But now he had proof that he could do what he'd once thought impossible. And more importantly, he had someone in his corner who wouldn't let him give up. Months later, when a reporter came to interview Mr. Anderson for a business magazine, they noticed Liam playing outside. "Your son's made quite the recovery," the reporter said. "Which clinic handled his therapy?" Mr. Anderson smiled, glancing out the window at Amara chasing Liam across the lawn. "It wasn't a clinic," he said. "It was someone who cared enough not to quit." And that's the truth of it. Sometimes, the miracle isn't in the money, the science, or the technology. Sometimes, it's in the quiet, relentless belief of a single person who refuses to let go. The moral lesson. True healing often begins where unwavering love meets determination. You don't need to be the most qualified, the most wealthy, or the most recognized to change someone's life. You just have to show up, stay, and keep believing, even when the world says it's impossible. And from ELLIOT Stories to you, if life has told you that you can't, I'm here to tell you that you absolutely can. Keep pushing, keep believing, and remember, the impossible is just something that hasn't been done yet. Your miracle might be closer than you think.